तम सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। मंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your kindly participating in today's meeting, and we are known practically all over the world as the Hare Krishna people. Wherever we go, they immediately recognize us as the Hare Krishna people. So I'll try to speak something about these Hare Krishna people. This Hare Krishna people means, since I started this movement in 1967 in New York, very in a small scale. In the beginning, I went there in 1965, and for 1 year I had no shelter, neither any means to maintain myself. I had some books only, Srimad Bhagavatam, and somehow or other I pulled on. In 1966 I started this movement after incorporation in New York under the State Religious Act. And I began to chant Hare Krishna mantra in a park in New York. It is called Tompkins Square. Tompkins Square. And these young boys and girls, they began to assemble and chant and dance. This is the beginning. And when one well-known poet, perhaps you know, is Mr. Allen Ginsberg. He was also coming and joined with us. In this way, first of all, we started our center in New York, 2nd Avenue, and then gradually expanded in San Francisco, in Montreal, in Boston, Buffalo, and Los Angeles. Now we have got 52 branches all over the world, including one in Tokyo, one in Hong Kong, and Australia, Sydney. Now try to understand what is this Hare Krishna movement. This Hare Krishna movement, recently it was started about 500 years ago by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Bengal, West Bengal, in the district of Nadia, about 60 miles north of Calcutta. And he started this movement. This movement is of course not to be understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started it something new. No. It is the old day. Oldest in this sense that 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna spoke about this Krishna consciousness movement in the Bhagavad Gita. And if we go further, then from the statement of Bhagavad Gita we understand it was started about 40 millions of years ago. Because in the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, you will find there is a statement given by Lord Krishna, Imam Vivasati Yugam Prattaman Aham Abhayam Vivashan Manave Praho. Vivashan Manave Praho, don't you like that? Manu Ikhagave Brahvi. It is stated by Lord Krishna himself that first of all I spoke this Krishna consciousness philosophy, Yogam. Imam Vivasati Yogam Prattavan Aham Abhayam. And Vivashan means sun god. As there is one god in this planet, maybe the President of United States or some other president, the predominating deity. Similarly, in every planet there is a predominating deity. And the predominating deity or the person in the sun globe is called Vivashan. So Vivashan, his son is Manu. Manu means the father of the mankind. Manushya, the Sanskrit word is a man called Manushya. That means of Manu. Man or Manusha, these words have come from Manu. This Manu happened to be the son of Vivashan. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Manu Ikhagavibra. Vivashan Manave Praho. Manu Ikhagavibra. And Ikhagu was the son, Maharaj Ikhagu was the son of Manu. Therefore, the dynasty coming from Ikhaku Maharaj, in which Lord Ramchandra appeared, is called Surya Vangsha, because it is coming from the sun god. The Kshatriya family, the royal family in India, there are two groups. One is coming from the sun god, another coming from the moon god. That is a long history, of course. But the point is that this Krishna consciousness movement is not new, something manufactured, concocted. It is the oldest. Because it is coming from sun god. And taking it from Manu, it comes to the calculation about 40 millions of years ago. Now what is this Krishna consciousness movement? The Krishna consciousness movement means the essence of all religious principles. What is religious principle? Religious principle means to abide by the laws given by God. That is called religious principle. Simple one. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Dharma means the codes and the laws given by God. That is dharma, a religion. Just like in our ordinary life, we receive the laws from the state or the king. The word given by the king or the state is accepted as law, and everyone has to abide by the law. Similarly, the order or the principle given by God is called religion. Religion without God is nonsense. Religion, because religion means the codes of God. So if one does not accept the existence of God, naturally he has no religion. And according to Vedic principle, a man without religion is an animal. dharmena hina pasubhi samana. Because in every civilized form of human society, you will find some sort of religion. It may be Christian religion, it may be Hindu religion, it may be Buddhist religion, or it may be Mohammedan religion, Jewish religion. It doesn't matter. Any civilized form of human society must have a sort of religion. Otherwise, it is animal society. What is the difference between animal and human being? The animals, they are engaged with the bodily necessities of life. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. Eating, sleeping, ahara, nidra, and defending and sex life. These are the bodily necessities. You have to eat something, you have to sleep for some time, you have to defend yourself from others' attacks, and you must have sex enjoyment. These are bodily necessities. So these bodily necessities are there in the human society and the animal society. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunancha samannam etat pasubhi narana. Then what is the speciality of human society? The speciality of human society is that there must be some form of religion. In the animal society there cannot be any form of religion. Therefore, the Shastric injunction is that without any form of religion, a human society is animal society. Dharmena hina pasubhi samana. Now, we have to understand what is the religion. Religion, as I have already told you, religion means the codes and words given by God. These codes and words coming from God in disciplic succession, according to our Vedic principles. That is the original principles of the world. Because at the present moment, the history of the world cannot give any chronological account more than 3,000 years. And what was the position of the human society beyond the 3,000 years? That is Krishna consciousness. From Mahabharata history we can understand that the whole world, these planets, was called Bharatvarsha. Now Bharatvarsha has come to a limited circle only, but formerly the Bharatvarsha was, and the whole planet was known as Bharatvarsha. There was an emperor of the name Maharaj Bharat, under whose name or after his name this planet is called Bharatvarsha. Before that this planet was known as Ilavati Varsha. So the Vedic civilization, I mean to say, before 3,000 years, the whole world was under Vedic civilization. The Aryans at least, they were under Vedic civilization. And that Vedic civilization is Krishna consciousness. One friend was telling me that in Russia the word Krishna is there, and Krishna means beautiful. Somebody told me? You told me? Yes. And in Greek, I will say, what is called, dictionary, there is a word Christos. And some of the Christians say that this Christ comes from the word Christos. So there is a link. Of course, those who are philologists, they can find out what is the history of this word. But so far we have studied the history of the world. Krishna was known all over the world. Krishna was known all over the world. Therefore it is to be understood that everyone was Krishna conscious. So apart from this historical point of view, try to understand what is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means pure consciousness. Just like water, when it falls down from the cloud It is pure. And as soon as it drops or mixes with the muddy earth, it becomes muddy. It is no more clear. Similarly, we as spirit soul, our consciousness is as pure as Krishna is pure. And Krishna consciousness means that I am eternal servant of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. Gradually, as we contact the material contamination, we become different concepts. Just like we are sitting, so many ladies and gentlemen here, some of us thinking that I am American, some of them are thinking that we are Indian, some of them are thinking German or this or that, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am white, I am black. In so many ways we are, our consciousness are polluted. Actually, my position is, as it is said in the Vedic literature, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma, or spirit soul. In the Bhagavad Gita we find that when a person becomes realized as Brahma, means spirit soul, now I am identifying not with Brahma, but I am identifying with this body. I am American, I am Englishman, I am Indian. Because by accident I got this Indian body, I may think that I am Indian, you may have an American body, you may think I am Indian. But we are neither American nor Indian. We are pure spirit soul. This is only a outward dress. Suppose you have got green dress, you don't say that I am green dress. You say I am Mr. John. Similarly, if we say that I am American, I am Indian, that is not my real identification. Exactly like that. If somebody says that I am Mr. Green dress, I am Mr. White dress, that is not identification. Similarly, if I say I am American or I am Indian or Englishman, so many Hindus and Muslims, that is not my pure identification. My pure identification is that I am eternal servant of Krishna or God. That's all. That is pure identification. When it comes to this understanding that I am eternal servant of God, that is called Brahma Bhuta state, Aham Brahmasmi. And what is the characteristic of that Brahma Bhuta state? The characteristic of Brahma Bhuta state is stated in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasotati Nakankhati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madhbhakti Lavati Param Bhaktyamam Vijanati Javana Jasyami Tattataha Tato Mang Tattato Gatva Vishate Tadanantaram. So, the Brahma Bhuta state is described that when one realizes his own self, that is called mukti, liberation. As soon as one understands that I am not this body, I am something different from this body, that any you can understand very easily. That's not a very big job. That is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita, that dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumara jauvana jara tatha dehantaram prapti dhiras sattanamayat. Just like in your childhood, you were in a body which was called baby or child. Now I am old man, I can remember in my childhood I was so small. And that body is gone. Now I have got a different body. But I am there. This is the understanding. Na hannate hannamane sarire. By changing body, the eternal soul does not, annihilate. Na hannate hannamane sarire. This understanding is called Brahma understanding, that I am eternal. I have no birth, I have no death. The birth and death is appertaining to this body. I am changing body from one body to another. This is called Brahma Bhuti understanding. Aham Brahmasmi, that is. So when one comes to this understanding, his characteristics will be that he is jolly. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma. He becomes jolly. In the material state, everyone is morose, full of anxiety. But in the spiritual life, he is jolly. Na sochati na kankati. What is the characteristic of jolliness? That he does not lament, he does not hanker. In the material state, we hanker for things which we do not possess. And we lament for things we have lost. But in the Brahma Bhuta state, as soon as you understand that you are spirit soul, there is no more hankering or lamenting. That is the characteristic of Brahma realization. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankati. Then you can think of universal brotherhood. So long you are under the category of hankering and lamenting, you cannot think of universal brotherhood. That is impossible. Therefore, in spite of so much of conferences in the United Nations, the fighting is going on. The Pakistanis, they separated on the ground of religion, Hindu, Muslim. Now they are fighting between Muslim and Muslim. Why? Because that disease, hankering and lamenting is there. It is not Brahma Bhuta state. And they cannot be on the platform of seeing everyone on equal terms. Samas sarvesu bhutesu. That is not possible. But samas sarvesu bhutesu means when one is actual on the spiritual platform, he can see everyone on the same category, because everyone is spirit soul. Then not only in the human society, in other animal society also, just like there are 8,400,000 species of life, that means the living entity is passing through different types of bodies. This is called learning, this is called understanding. Unfortunately, this learning and understanding there is none throughout the whole world in any university. Therefore, whatever education you are getting, that is not real learning. That is not real learning. Pandita Samadarshana. If one gets actual learning, then he sees equally everyone. Pandita Samadarshana. Vidya Vinaya Sampanni Brahmani Gavyasti. So, this is a long subject matter. It is not possible to explain everything. What is this Krishna consciousness movement? But the actual fact is, this Krishna consciousness movement means to bring one to his original consciousness. That is the sum and substance. To original consciousness. That original consciousness can be achieved by simple method. What is that? Chanting this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. It is a fact. Just like we have got so many European and American boys and girls, how they have come to this platform, how they have given their old habits. Naturally, these boys and girls were taught from the beginning of their life so many things which is not accepted in Vedic civilization, but they have now given up. There is no illicit sex life among our students. There is no meat eating. There is no intoxication, including coffee and tea and cigarettes. And there is no gambling. And they are practiced to Hare Krishna mantra chanting. Not only, as you have seen some of the samples, we have got 52 branches. In every branch we have got not less than 25 up to 100. So this is the Brahma Bhuta state. It is not story, but it is fact. How it is obtained? It is obtained by Krishna consciousness. That is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Malta jabhyavicharini bhakti yogina sevate sagunan samatita itana brahma bhujaya kalpa. Anyone who is engaged in devotional service unflinchingly, without any adulteration, he immediately becomes elevated to the Brahma Bhuta state. immediate. That is stated. So this Krishna consciousness movement is neither a new movement nor it is a concocted philosophy. It is based on authorities like Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature, and practically you see how it is effective. Simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, these boys and girls, they are elevated, and they have taken the matter very seriously. They are preaching this cult all over the world. So our request to everyone that whatever you are doing, it doesn't matter. Please take to this chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That is our only request. You are not losing anything, but you are gaining very much. Simply by chanting. It will cleanse your heart. All our misunderstanding is in the heart. All the rubbish things you have accumulated after many births. So we have to cleanse it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends, by simply chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, your heart will be clean. The mirror of your heart will be clean. Cheta darpana marjanam, bhava mahadavagni nidvapanam. And immediately you will be able to extinguish the blazing fire of this material existence. These are the different items of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And he therefore says, Parang Vijayate Sankirtana, Sri Krishna Sankirtana. All victory to Sri Krishna Sankirtana. So, I do not wish to take much of your time. This Hare Krishna movement is very nice, authorized, spiritual, simple and sublime all at a time. If you kindly take this, you will be benefited and your life will be successful. Thank you very much.
We have made the statement that that we attain a certain amount of bliss by engaging in this Krishna consciousness process. Do we deny the fact that other people have attained similar bliss from doing other things, such as religion?
The thing is, there are three qualities of man, and each one feeling of pleasure is different. Just like there are crows and there are swans. The crows take pleasure in a different way and the swans take pleasure in a different way. That is natural. The crows are different from the swans, although they are birds. But because they are being conducted under different qualities of nature, their propensities are also different. So one may take pleasure by howling and drinking, and one may take pleasure by chanting and dancing in Hare Krishna. It is a different quality of it. So in the Bhagavad Gita, everything is divided into three divisions. There are religions of different qualities, and there are actions of different qualities. Exactly the same example. As there are differences between the crows and the swans, similarly there are different persons in the human society. One class of person, they take pleasure in one class of thing, and another person they take in a different time. So that division will continue so long we are in this material world. But we are talking of original concepts. These are contaminated concepts. When we come to the original consciousness, that is Krishna consciousness. We are trying to bring everyone to that platform. That is our program. We explain, just like when the water from the sky drops on the ground, immediately becomes muddy. Now, if the water drops in too much muddy place, it becomes too much muddy, and if it drops in a clear place, that it remains clear. Similarly, our coming in contact of this material world means we come in contact of the three qualities of matter. Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. So, if you come in contact with Satagun, then your position is very clear. Just like sunshine, prakash. And if you are in Rajagun, then you are very passionate. And if you are in Tamagun, then you are in darkness. But Krishna consciousness is so nice that in whatever quality or modes of nature you are in, if you simply chant this Hare Krishna mantra, all of you come to this transcendental position of Krishna consciousness. That is the advantage of this Krishna consciousness movement. It doesn't matter in what modes of nature and quality you are now existing. If you simply take to this process of chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you, if not immediately, but gradually, you will be sure to come to the Krishna consciousness platform. That is our program.